his team on when to actually rotate and where the spawns are coming from. So we'll see how much control they're able to actually have here. What a weird strategy, sending 3 on over towards the yard. Mikwin has never probably seen that.
And Mikwin is running for his dear life, but he is not going to be able to get away fast enough. Taken out by none other than his, I guess I want to say old school duo, as Ninja and Mikwin do have an extensive history of teaming together here.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Team with them with strong side.
Yep, that's true. You guys went over to London, I think, and competed.
Blackpool, close enough.
Yeah, same thing. Not really.
Yeah, pretty much the same exact city. I mean, really identical. But yeah, look at this. They're already capping and getting some points on the board. And it was just a very odd strategy, though. I've really never seen the 3-yard, and I don't think we ever will ever see that again.
I mean, it worked out. It was definitely the seconds immediately following that push that they needed to work on.
It's a neighbor strat.
Mikwin came off spawn and it's immediately secured a double kill, and, you know, right back into this one.
Yeah, so we'll see what, you can see the Wizard, the Pistola Wiz is doing. He's kind of holding down bottom center area, which is pretty popular, controlling that light rifle. Gets the melee onto Saiyan, takes him down to no shields though, so he's Pistola gonna have to just slow play this one. Not sure why the players are pushing out individually for Luminosity, but it's working. They get a couple of picks and now immediately rotate towards bottom center, and it's EnVyUs that's out of position. And look at this rotation coming in from Saiyan. Love the pre-grenades, no one's down there, but just in case, that's a good move. Then you gotta watch that blue ramp. So that teammate could have probably called out no one was down there for him. Now they can shift their focus on towards this dip area, which they have to, and the reset comes in. Who was that pushed all the way down towards low? Poor little Victory X, that was not the play to make.
Yeah, and just like that, that barrel kill coming in, Mikwin grabbing himself a double kill, and that is going to give EnVyUs a perfect opportunity to not only regain control here, but to secure a triple cap. Oh, but just as I say that, bottom mid gets reset. Snipedown will have this one. Seeing the kill feed there, 3 dead. Shotgun player just went down as well, and sure enough, yep, I was right, it is a triple cap.
Literally the worst time to get triple capped on is that 10-0-0 mark, because that's when the camo's coming up. So now you're stuck in a little hard spot here. Do I go for the yard? Do I go for the camo? What's going on? It looks like they're going to go for the yard together with 3 players, very similar to how they started the game off with their strategy. And now Pistola is going to be able to scoop up the camo for free, as he does just kind of dance over towards bottom middle, trying to find his way back up top. What's great about this is he just saw 2 players push over towards that runway area. So now he has so much information everywhere. He has where 3 of the 4 players are located. Make that the 4th guy right there. Can he find the melee? He does, but a heads-up play by Victory, picking up a double kill.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a great job by him. Saiyan, who lost that shotgun, does find it once again. Seeing the kill feed, who grabs one, but he just exposed his position by walking into that nest stronghold. Ola immediately recognizing there's probably going to be a guy heading up to S4 there. Will push him back. They've got to be careful because shotgun is extremely powerful here on this map, and they have just regained control. So Saiyan is more than happy to just sit back and, you know, bait some of these strongholds.
Yeah, I really like the patience shown there by Saiyan. It's exactly what you have to do in that situation when you don't have the ideal information. Ninja's going to pick up a kill onto Pistola. Looks like Hook's going to get extremely aggressive onto Victory X. Nice shots coming in from both players. A trade eventually is the result of that fight. Now we're going to see what Trippy's going to be able to do with the light rifle, making his way on over towards Mikwin with the shotgun. That was a quick kill coming in from the guy that we were highlighting not too long ago. He's going to find another as well.
Yeah, Mikwin is just so good. This is by far over the last 6 months to a year, some of the best performances we've ever seen out of Mikwin. Clearly one of the top 5 players in this game.
Very popular spot to hold there with the shotgun, just waiting for players to push in from the flowers area, making sure he's not getting hit by any grenades and any hit markers coming up as well. But now he's stuck from both sides. One player from blue, another one coming in from that yard area. The guy from blue ends up dying, so now he realizes that he can double back, help his boy snipe down over here, but that's not the ideal combo situation that you want to have. And this triple cap is racking up some serious points. Looks like Mikwin's going to try to fight these guys over towards the yard. Can he get the reset? That player, though, Trippy, shuts him down, and eventually that will stop the bleeding there for Luminosity, but big mistake by them trying to capture bottom middle while capturing yard too.
Yeah, I mean, that's just going to be, some of these games can be so quick, you can't have too many opportunities like that. And Ninja, who was bottom center, gets punished for his play as he comes off spawn, immediately flies out of yard into a nade by Snipedown.
Ninja has to be frustrated with that one. That's one of the more insane deaths that we've seen so far. And Ninja didn't really have anything that he could have done in that situation besides maybe sprint the other way. But now you see Saiyan trying to get back into this with his team, making his way over towards top gold. It looks like they want to go for bottom middle for Luminosity, and they've had a lot of focus on that as the game's continued. But it looks like EnVyUs on top of this. Mikwin is the last guy alive. There's bottom middle, finally going back on over to Luminosity. How long can they hold it though? 20 points for EnVy to win game number 1. And as you were saying, Kyle, this is a game that Luminosity, it's not a must win, but when you're going up against the #1 team, you desperately need every little advantage you can get.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a time where it's really going to show what Luminosity is made out of here. And Saiyan, as he peeks around the corner, just gets melted by Team EnVyUs as they push 3 members into bottom mid. And just like that, the 10 points Luminosity secured is always answered back by at least 20 here from EnVy.
That's what's so scary, Kyle. I mean, it seemed like they were going to be able to do something right there. Saiyan seemed like he was in a good position. All of a sudden, EnVy just seems like they make it look like nothing. They make it look so easy, just recharging, retaking bottom middle, something that Luminosity's literally been trying to do all game. Looks like just second nature to these guys on EnVy. Now they're pushing in perfectly for the triple cap, getting slays while they're pushing in, forcing everyone to spawn over towards blue. That's what you want to do, force the enemy team over towards the blue, furthest from all of the strongholds, and EnVyUs gonna play this one, not to perfection, but pretty darn well played game coming out from the boys in blue.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you more there. It was what happened, it's what they did when they had control that really kind of stood out. Even at the end of the game, we were on board with Hook, and he had a great sequence where he's top gold, started getting shot at by multiple different players, stayed alive the entire time, flanked up into yard from street, and actually then secured that triple cap there for his team. So just great overall play coming out from EnVy, proving why they're the #1 team.
Yeah, and taking a look at the stats, was hyping him up beforehand, saying 4 and 11, not the performance that he was looking for. When you take a look at the stats, that's definitely a big drop of the ball there. Meanwhile, Mikwin 14 and 6, but overall, it's just everybody from EnVy putting in work. You see those 4 power weapon kills, picking up that shotgun, definitely important. But like you said, Kyle, it's all about what EnVy did once they got control, which was so special. I mean, you could cheese them once, but you can't cheese them twice. That yard push, it looked solid, it seemed to be paying off, but when it came to actually holding a setup, Luminosity just was not on the same level of EnVy.
Yeah, when push came to shove, like we said, it was 10-second increments to a minimum of 20-second increments coming out of EnVy. So they clearly know how to play this game, what they want to do during it. Position Hook's flanks that he saw the top gold play to drop down on street and rotate up into the base while his teammates secured 2-3 kills. He was just being a distraction. Yeah. Just great overall play from every member.
Just amazing map movement. It really is such an underrated thing in the game to be able to position yourself in everyone thinks it's about your shot and the pros have just 6 shots, but it's really about the decision making in the areas that you put yourself to give yourself an advantage as we move into game number 2. Eden Slayer, you can't really be any more true than a game type like that where you can just be completely dominated like we saw in the first or in the previous series, Evil Geniuses taking on Splice, where I believe it was 50-20 or even less than that. So we're going to find out here if EnVy's going to be able to shut these guys down, because you were talking about it, Kyle, again. Luminosity, they needed to come out of the gate strong. Saiyan kind of dropped the ball. I thought that he was the big X factor here. I want to see what he's going to be able to do in this game to bring it back. So we're starting this one off with Saiyan.
Yeah, he immediately pushes up, grabs that BR, recognizing some of the movements from EnVy. Clearly, Luminosity, I want to say, is prepared for the series. They have looked to and studied, I want to say, some of EnVyUs' opening strategies, and they're trying to use that to get these early advantages. And Saiyan definitely throwing that great grenade, picking up some damage, but no kills actually changing hands.
So interesting, you can see on the top left, Hook has the overshield. Meanwhile, Ninja has the sniper rifle. So we're going to, Saiyan, we're going to switch on through to see what Tyler Blevins is doing with this weapon to see if they can potentially take this overshield guy down. It is Trippy with the green gun, though. Trippy takes down Mikwin. Snipe down's going to drop to victory as well. That's going to be opening up the map for the first time over here. However, Hook still has a decent amount of overshield, and the Wizard comes in with the triple kill as Hook was distracting.
Yeah, I mean, those guys were going to die regardless, especially when an overshield player is flying in, but that was a great job by EnVy, especially Pistola to secure that double kill and turn that sniper over to snipe down.
Snipe down, getting inside the blue window here. It looks like he's going to want to try to rotate over towards that blue platform eventually. I don't think he's going to want to try to snipe in that outside battle. There's just way too many players over here expecting a security rotation any day of the week over here. That's a nice angle onto Saiyan if anyone comes up over towards that red nest area. And that's a light rifle player, and that's exactly what you want to do. Get that light rifle over towards that red nest, peg this guy a couple times, make sure he's not that comfortable and that he's not just scoped in on your players outside. And I don't know, Snipe down. I think he's losing his touch. Usually that's a headshot.
Yeah, he's missed a few shots here, but nothing to be too alarmed about yet. We're only a little over a minute into the game, and sure enough, Tom,
more like it.
He was listening to you there. Wants to answer back, picks up that kill on VictorX, but no, Ninja with the crouch.
He's completely fallen off, this Snipe down guy. He has missed a shot for the first time in years. But no, this is actually good for Luminosity because they're not completely out of this one and they're slowing it down. And that's the right thing to do with the overshield coming up, but Snipe down, if he's hitting shots like that, it's going to be so difficult to secure this. Luminosity had the right play in mind, but hitting that shot really just secured that power up for the side of the enemy.
That just shuts down any kind of push you're trying to do when the sniper rifle hits that. The sniper rifle player hits that shot, and that's one thing. We always talk about people staying too long in a position trying to no scope. Ninja was trying to take Snipe down, no shields, take him out of the play, and then the whole team was going to then push, but Snipe down with that headshot completely shuts it down.
Yeah, and he's just so patient. You'll see he'll wait to line up the headshots. There it is, taking down Ninja this time. Waiting for the player above to show on radar, which he does with the thrust. And now he's stuck in a little bit of a situation where he has to hit a no-scope. Only one more bullet, and that is good job by Trippy, finally taking down Snipe down. And look, only 2 kills. When you're down 2 kills and you had the sniper in the hands of Snipe down and he used all the ammo, it's not that bad of a situation to be in.
Yeah, I mean, this is not bad at all. You haven't had control, and finally, when those power weapons start running out of ammo, you look at the scoreboard and realize, hey, we're not out of this by any means here. So that new sniper rifle is up. No one's been able to grab it yet, but you can see Ninja and crew are starting to push towards that.
Yeah, I want to see who's the sniper rifle going to go to here. It looks like Ninja was in position to go up and grab that one, but there was some miscommunication. Who is going to be the player that actually secures that one for Luminosity? And you can see no one still has picked that up yet, and all the players for EnVy are starting to converge on red. This could be a huge mistake. Saiyan with the nice job, though, shutting it down. He's going to be able to pick that up. Snipe down's down below him. He's working with VictorX. So important to get that kill, and he does. Now it looks like Saiyan is going to rotate that one over to red. Meanwhile, Ninja's going to come up with support from the blue side. That's kind of an error there by VictorX. No reason to charge. Also, you have Ninja on the outside as well. They just didn't communicate to each other that they're rotating, and that's 2 unforced errors there. That's Ninja dying and VictorX dying when they don't need to. This could be a 1-kill game right now, Kyle.
Oh, and yeah, there's definitely a big swing as far as kills go. Saiyan had that sniper rifle. He still has it, trying to stay alive or escape with it, but EnVy is on the hunt right now as they see Ninja. He's pushing over here towards the rocket area, or the OS, I should say, and that OS is going to get burnt. So great grenades here coming out of Ninja. He secures himself a double.
And Saiyan rotated all around the map twice now with this sniper rifle, so heads up play coming out from him. He's got 10 bullets here. This is great. They need to get a player to clear out this alley area. That's going to be Snipe down with the huge flank. He's also going to appear on radar. There it is. Saiyan showed on the radar with a little bit of a sprint there towards the end, and Snipe down just gets the free back whack, and now they're just converging on blue base. This is a disaster, Kyle. Remember how we were talking about how that little difference was only a 2-kill difference? Well, it's a lot more than that now because of the fact that EnVy now has control.
Mickwin, who gets taken no shields, jumps up into the turbine area, thrusts back out, and sticks Ninja. Just a great play. Essentially no options, and turns it into something.
Ooh, Saiyan with the rifle. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Don't go and try to fight the sniper rifle guy with your pistol. Go find the battle rifle. Go pick up that light rifle. It's not that hard to find on the map, and then you can do some long-range damage with it. That's why they're there, so you can retake the map. So really nice job there. However, Pistola is landing some clean shots, and everybody on Luminosity is dropping everywhere.
Yeah, and like we said, as we pass that midway point in the game, kind of like we saw in the the Optic Gaming Ronin series, they are gradually starting to build upon this lead, as opposed to, like trading kills throughout the end of the game. So another situation where we might be seeing Luminosity just run out of gas a little bit, or as the course of the game goes on, there's a lot of extra time and more opportunities for mistakes to be made.
Saiyan giving the business to Hook there, so we're going to switch on over to VictorX. and see what Cam has in store. Ninja's gonna find a kill here. They're kind of going back and forth. If they can get a little bit of a spree here with the weapons in their hands, it could be a series. Kyle, gotta land this shot because someone's coming around the corner. It's Hook. Does he hit it? Nice job getting the grenade out, but you do see multiple players from EnVy are all outside, and nobody from Luminosity is aware that these guys are picking up the overshield and the sniper rifle, going on over to snipe down Dream scenario for Rona.
And I think there might be another sniper down on the ground right there on Ben. Not sure if Hook recognized that, but there could potentially be a lot of extra control here coming out of EnVy as they've got these power weapons, they've got the power-ups, and now they're looking to build upon and close out this game number 2.
Yeah, and this is a great spot to be in. There's VictoryX with the combo, trying to do the right thing. Like what Luminosity is trying to do, trying to get the weapons that they need to at least peel the overshield off. But the fact that Snipedown has the sniper rifle is just such a scary situation to be in. 10 kills to win. You just heard the call out. Pistol is going to find the kill onto Ninja. These guys, you can just see it from EnVy. They are so confident right now. They know they're going to hit their shots. The communication is there. They know where Luminosity is going to be located, and they're just not hesitating on engaging where these guys are coming from.
Yeah, up to a 13 kill lead. Snipedown looks like he's got some glass walls on over there, but no, he's just guessing Ninja's going to be in the sneaky ledge there. But as you can see on the player outlines, all 4 members set up outside by Turbine and Red Ben here. Getting the call-outs, there's player down low. McWayne, of course, coming in, cleaning up that one. And as I take a quick glance at some of the stats here, 14-8 from McWayne, 14-9 from Pistola. So just clearly these two guys turning out to be a duo.
Yeah, and taking a look at the deaths, though, you have Ninja sitting at 16 deaths, Victory sitting at 13. Those are just way too steep when the other guys are playing very conservative. And Kyle, I look back at the huge game-turning play. It's Saiyan rotating with the sniper rifle, and then VictoryX charging blue for some reason, and then you also have Ninja charging blue as well, while Trippy and Saiyan were falling back with the sniper rifle. Huge miscommunication from Luminosity. It definitely cost them the game, and now they're down 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, of course, no, can't take anything away from EnVy. They played that really well.
Not at all.
Snipe down, rotating at the end, hitting a lot of amazing sniper shots, and finishing the game 14-7. So just great overall plays coming out from the whole squad. And then, of course, Hook being a distraction, laying down that covering fire, sit at 7-7 with 11 assists. So just envious. They are not a team to overlook ever.
No, so now we move into a CTF Truth, which it's difficult because I feel like it's the same boat that Ronan was in against Optic Gaming where, yeah, you know, you're fighting really hard. Some of these games are, you know, just a little bit of turn of a momentum play here or there, but, you know, when you really start to play out the entire game, you start to see just what happens when the team that has control really starts to put it to them. And that's what it comes down to. That's all Halo 5 is how long does your run last and how short does the other team's run last?
Yeah, and we are looking at a game number 3 of Truth CTF. So clearly the Strongholds and the Slayers going over to Team EnVyUs. Now, is this going to be Luminosity's game to take that Truth CTF game? We've seen this a couple times here today already, and some close ones. Especially the EG series falling short to Splice there. And just think if EG was able to take that game number 2.
3-2, right?
They would have won the series.
Yeah, it was a 3-2, and then I think in the Ronin series, what was that, 3-1 or 2-1? I'm not sure if even the last flag cap went in. I think that it may have ended on time. So it's all been within one flag cap here. And, you know, Truth, it's tough because if maybe this was game 1 in the series for these underdogs, when I look at Ronin and Luminosity, they may be able to get a little bit more of their bearings because they're not looking at something that heavily relies on control and rotations. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Truth, you got to have control. I'm not crazy here. You know, I'm not speaking gibberish, but when it comes to locking things down, Eden is a lockdown map, Plaza is a lockdown map. You have a little bit more room to wiggle on Truth.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. And like we said a bunch of times, you don't have to take all 4 down. You got to take like 6 players down in order to secure a lot of these captures without giving up control. As we start off this one here, McWayne flying out that window, put some good shots down. Camo is still up. Ola not able to burn that one. So as far as I can tell, opening strategy going, or opening start.
What a stick.
now benefiting Envy.
Well, it looked really good for a second. You had Ninja with the camo, you had Trippy P2, and then all of a sudden both of them die at the same time, and then Saiyan's going to drop as well. Multiple players pushing in from the pink side. Mikwin doing a great job sitting up over towards that car attic area, forcing everybody underneath the base. Everyone is doing a phenomenal job on NB right now, just filling exactly where they have to. That's how you attack a base.
And you can see those player outlines. 2 players sneaking around pink attic. Right as Ninja walks away, VictoryX gets set up into a 2v1 situation or set up for failure there. Multiple kills going down. That was 3 dead as Snipedown flies in to start running this flag. Nobody in position, it looks like, here to do anything. And just like that, just over a minute into this game number 3, NB coming out ahead.
Was really hoping for a ground pound there, but we didn't see it either way. That's a great job by NB again. That's the way that you really attack that base. They need to be aware of a car flank though right now. Snipedown has someone eventually coming over towards this bubble area, but look at that. Again, perfect job filling the areas that they need to. Watch out for that teammate Ola, but Hook gets that kill on a victory. Hook is the guy over towards that car side, so he's filling this perfectly. You can see just still in the bubble. That's his second perfect now, and you can see Snipedown just see someone on his radar. It's only Ninja trying to overextend and get out of the base. He has to do something to try to open up the map for Luminosity. They are all just being stuck in there.
Yeah, and Snipedown is pushing back to the base, see what he can do. As you see the kill feed, VictoryX grabs a double kill. Ninja wanted to go for that flag, but Snipedown already on top of it, and we'll go ahead and shut down that opportunity. But we do have new camo getting ready to come up.
That was a great play from both the players, really. I mean, Ninja, he was doing the right thing. He was still aware that Snipedown was there, except Victory got that double kill, and he figured, all right, maybe, you know, I can win this fight with the flag in my hand and pretty much get the cap. If he wins that fight, you're looking at a 3-on-4 situation, or, you know, a 1-on-4 situation now while running the flag out. It's almost a guaranteed flag capture unless you just completely mess up the spawns. So I really like where Ninja's head was at. Unfortunately for him, Snipedown just too aware, and the shots were just too good. So now the map kind of resetting. Envy does have a little bit of aggression coming in from under the base, but that's going to be cleared out pretty shortly. Hook, he's going to drop. Mikwin, the aggression towards bottom middle and back to back. Perfect, just flying up there. That double kill just really secured pink side for Envy.
I mean, I don't know if Mikwin lost any shields after his first perfect, but that second one was ridiculously crispy.
So fast.
Mikwin is just almost unstoppable when he's on fire.
We're scrolling through, and literally all 4 players just died. You can see 4 X's, 2 are going to pop back up. They are shooting so well on the NV side. The teamwork, the communication, everything really coming full circle here. Snipedown shouldn't even gotten that guy that weak in that instance. I thought he should have even been watching the tunnel spawns, but either way, that capture still going in, and a killing spree for Mikwin. He's back and Trippy down, no shields. That's what you gotta do when you're playing good.
And Trippy is not having his best game. He only has 1 kill and essentially had a free kill directly in front of him, a no shields player in Mikwin. And Mikwin just challenges and lives. It's really incredible what he's been able to do here.
Yeah, so now Saiyan in pink control, but again, there's Hook just locking down the car side over and over again, and that's something to be aware of when you're watching this. Is Snipedown loving to go pink side, Ola loving to go pink side, so is Mikwin as well, and it's always Hook is the guy that's going towards that car side. So if you can kind of be aware of what Envy's tendencies is, maybe you can eventually use it against them, but a lot of it is, hey, you know what I'm doing, can you stop me? And Envy's kind of rubbing it in their face right now.
Yeah, great grenade coming out of Pistola here. He's got 2-3 players in front of him over towards blue side, not able to quite stay alive. He will go ahead and give up pink control, but as the numbers advantage is over towards Envy, they are still keeping up this aggression, and that's a little uncharacteristic. Hook actually loses that pistol battle to Sam.
It's the first time we saw like a 50-50 or a fight that was like, oh man, are they going to win this? And they actually win that one. Luminosity really getting outplayed in this game number 3, way more so than the first 2 games. And I mean, just look at that. You walk out of the base and you get stuck. That's the story of their lives right now. It's really not Luminosity just on tilt or anything like that. This is Envy playing at, hey, we just won Daytona level.
Yeah, this is extremely high level of play Halo that we're seeing come out. Like, they are rarely missing any shots. They're rarely missing any grenades, and they've had a lot of really crisp objective work coming out on both the strongholds and this CTF game.
Yeah, Trippy's doing whatever he can to Try to make sure this last flag doesn't go in. I think he just found his second kill of the game right there. Miquin, he's going to be flying around top center. There's a possible counter pull here. There goes Tyler Blevins coming in there with the pull. Just couldn't get it out towards the window. That should be a pretty easy return for the spawners. Ground pound coming in any second here. There it is. Envy going to win the series 3-0 after taking CTF Truth of the same score.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Tom, game number 1, they got to come out and win that one, or I think it might be the series. And looks like they were just deflated after that first game, and Envy, if anything, that just got them all pumped up. I can look at some of these stats here, and Pistola, he was running most of the objective work. He had 2 flag captures himself, 2 flag grabs, and they kept 3 of 4 flag grabs on this game.
That is pretty phenomenal, and you could just see from